This week on Stalking in Circles, Maggie and Tiki King dive even further down the rabbit hole. Wicked Tinker's stalker swings from one extreme to the other as she loses herself deeper within her delusions. Adult themes discussed, discretion advised.
Hi, I'm Maggie.
And I'm Tiki King, and welcome to episode 10 of Stalking in Circles, where we take a deep dive into the abyss that is our stalker's delusion.
"41-year-old Margaret Ray arrested 7 times for trespassing on David Letterman's property.
John Hinckley Jr., and he changed the course of U.S. history in 1981 when he shot and wounded the president and 3 other people outside a Washington, D.C. hotel.
So in today's episode, we're going to be bringing you another batch of emails from our Stalker Kris, but we wanted to start out first with a slight revisit of last week's episode. We realized that there was something that needed a little bit of attention.
It's a pivotal moment.
There's been literally, we've read hundreds of emails. Each time we go back, sometimes we'll find something new, something that we hadn't noticed the first time, or something that has fallen into context now here down the line.
And part of it is because her emails are so erratic. It's hard to put it all together in your head when you're reading something like that.
And what it is that she says, this is when Aaron shifted his professional side to a personal side directed at me. And this was in reference to a moment on stage where he said he was from California.
I do not care how long you have known Aaron or CJ, but I do know for a fact Aaron never said anything on stage about something so personal aimed on stage until I saw Wicked Tinker in Kelso on September 11. And another fact, Tiki King was right there on stage and heard it. This is when Aaron shifted his professional side to personal side, directed at me.
So basically, to sum up, this seems to be the pivotal moment. This was when whatever that was flipped over from nothing to something, and everything has grown sort of on that moment.
So everything that's happened since then means something to her that goes back to that moment. That's the moment when she believes that suddenly, oh, Aaron loves me.
Yeah.
It's that exact moment.
And then everything that happens after that is looked at through that lens, that where Aaron is in love with her. And also we've found that it goes both ways, that now past events, which were innocuous, have suddenly new meaning based on this sudden switch of perspective.
Episode 10.
So we're going to start out with an email that came to Maggie 2 days later, after last week's emails. And let's see what it is.
I'm Maggie. I do know you were trying to get me to see Aaron as a single man, but it is the way you went about it was very hurtful and so much stress. I can forgive you and Aaron. We can get past this, but you need to just let things work out on their own, please. I did email Aaron just now, but this time, please don't get involved and interfere. I can't help but love him. I want Aaron to be in charge. Yes, I do want him to kidnap me because I hate my life here. Please let him do all this. Besides, I am into Aaron, a man to be in control, not you, a woman. Tiki is your man. Tiki King is your husband, so stick with him and stop controlling my life. Wicked Tinkers is the best band ever, and I love Aaron. He is an expert at getting to me and push my views down and make me miss him more. I will shred all the papers I have on you. I will not file charges against you. I love the Wicked Tinkers, and especially Aaron. Please don't take my love for teeny Wicked Tinkers and Aaron away from, because it will kill me inside, and I am already dealing with the loss of my sister-in-law. I am asking for you to stop this hate and contempt and respect my wishes. Kris.
Wow. There's a whole lot going on there.
One of the things she's doing here is trying to guilt trip me when she talks about she's going through all this horrible stuff and she's unwell. All that is a manipulation.
Right.
It's a tactic that she uses a lot. It has never worked, but she uses it quite a lot.
There's definitely a defiant tone in this one. Some are frantic and some are pleading, but this one seems more like saying, hey,
Yeah, well, this one is after that super long one last week in episode 9. So this email follows that one. Even though it was 2 days later, I think it's kind of her follow-up. Like, the summary is, leave me alone, let me have Erin on my own.
We should probably say, once again, we are not attempting to diagnose anything. All of the things that you hear us say are our opinions.
I do have a bachelor's of psychology and a master's in human services. So I know a little bit about psychology, fortunately, because I'm kind of able to snake through all of this.
There's definitely a lot of sneaking through. Like I said, that one, just listening to them, sometimes I think, just when you think you know what's going on, all of a sudden it's like, oh, wait. So his next email actually came on the 24th, even though she said she had just sent an email to Erin. But this was actually a couple days later.
November 24th.
Erin, I will not file charge or file any complaints against you ever. Why did you put Maggie in between us? Why can't you do all this fun stuff on your own time? And I do see you as manager of wicked tinkers. I do love you. I do feel you love me too. I fell hopelessly in love with you in Kelso, Washington, and even more so in McMinnville, Oregon. I saw you as a hopeless romantic and would do anything to get me in your life. But you betrayed my trust by getting Maggie involved, only made things worse. I fell hopelessly in love with you in Kelso, September 11th, and even more so in McMinn, Oregon, October 1st. I saw you as a hopeless romantic who would do anything to get me in your life. I will give another chance, or do want me to leave. Do you want to take wicked TLNKs away from me as well as you? There is so much I want to tell you, but if you file another complaint to Maggie that will tell me you hate me, Wicked Tinker's Eyes at by far the best band around, I will wait for your decision.
It's interesting, there's a good example of what we've talked about with her repetitive nature. It sounds like it's a glitch, but that is actually what she wrote, is basically 2 consecutive paragraphs of the same thing.
What we're showing you is screenshots of her actual emails. That was a screenshot of what she actually said. That's the way she does things. And sometimes I wonder if it's because she runs these things over in her head. She repeats these things in her head over and over again. When she writes an email to any of us, that sort of comes out.
But there's been instances where it literally is the same, where it is the same paragraph repeated.
But usually you can tell that she didn't just copy and paste it, because there's weird punctuation things and different spelling. She actually writes it out.
So in that one, interesting couple of things that stick out to me. One is that Erin will do anything to get her into his life. But at the same time, why did you put Maggie in between us? So she's on one hand saying that obviously he's a hopeless romantic who's terribly in love with her, but on the other one, why would you ruin it all? So obviously she sees that he's not receptive, but on the other hand thinks that he is the one trying to make this all happen.
So every time Kris says Erin is filing a complaint, she just basically means that he tattletaled to me. She might think this is more of a business situation than it actually is. Like I'm some sort of HR person. I have no idea.
So on the subject of filing a complaint, we did actually on Friday have a hearing about some modifications to the restraining order to make them a little more inclusive. Luckily, the judge was
he was definitely behind us. I feel like he knows that this is a wacky situation. Kris did not show up for this hearing, so it was just the 2 of us and the judge.
And we know she did know about it. So
yeah, she did know about it.
She talked about it in an email. So.
Right. She just didn't show up. So this next email is November 24th, the same day, from Kris to me.
Maggie, I am in a lot of stress due to you being angry with me when there is no probable cause for it. I am still angry with you. I am having problems with tightness on my heart and chest, and I am not feeling well. My arm hurts. I am very angry with how treat me, stressed out, and I am serious when I say this. Stop playing games with me. I want Aaron to be honest with me because he's acting so much like his evil twin brother Axel, and that makes me nervous. I am not into being, so stop that. That scares me. Dan, Aaron, and or CJ are much taller and stronger than I am. In my photo of them, I mentioned I have hanging on my wall. I am in between Aaron and CJ. I'm not going to file any complaints or file charges against Aaron Shaw, CJ Henderson, or Tiki King Wicked Tinkers for any reason. I will file harassment charges on you so fast, and only a Maggie. I do not want you to contact me at all. I will get back to my email. I have been working for so long and I am so tired. I will cover only what is relevant. I feel as though you want me to admit something to you. I hate you and stay away from me. You are the one who ruined my birthday with your lack of compassion, and how dare be angry with me. You got my email from October of this year. I was very nice to you when you mentioned to me recently that you were celebrating Tiki's birthday. Were you testing to see if I responded, oh, what's that word, inappropriately? Maggie, leave me alone. Go put your energy in with your husband, Tiki King, and stop interfering with my life. 8, you will not find my evidence numbered this 6, and I have against you, Maggie, and I have it filed as well your list. You open your mouth to things that proves you are responsible for bugging my home, not anyone else. You hear me, Buster? Don't take that up with Aaron. Leave me alone. I blame you, and I hold you responsible if I lose Aaron because I did love him. But until he reaches out to me, forget it. Goodbye, and wait for my last and final email. If you contact me in any way, I will file charges against you. I hate you, and that will never be a change due to your actions. Gee, where did I read that from? This is not threat. It is a promise. By the way, how can I trust you? I got that from your email. Remember, I do not trust you. And again, stop playing games because I am not.
So she's talking about never speaking to me again, never contacting me again, never, how much she hates me, but yet she keeps contacting me. So the last time I sent her an email was on November 18th, and that was a response to an email that she sent me. And it was one of those super long ones from the last episode. But so she keeps saying that she's not going to talk to me anymore. She's never, in the last one to Aaron, she said she wasn't going to talk to him anymore. She was like, this is it.
Yeah,
it's final. And yet she keeps coming back for more.
I am never going to talk to you again. Don't talk to me. Goodbye for now.
Right. Also in that email, she does the childish thing again where she's using my words back at me as if that's going to mean something.
And that you are going to make her lose her love, blaming you for her own emotions.
Exactly. Blaming me for making her no longer a fan of the Wicked Tinkers. And she doesn't love it because I did what Aaron asked me to do. Then none of it makes sense.
No. But it did. It was, spoiler alert, this was not the end.
I will hold you responsible if you destroy my love for the best band around, including I Did Love Aaron. Got that, Maggie? I will blame you. I have lost many nights of restful sleep, like tonight.
So our response to that was just to send her another, just a cease and desist, which was the same one we sent before. But I'll read it here, just in case. Kris, due to a variety of factors, your email will not be read and is automatically being filtered from my inbox. We're no longer willing to discuss any issues with you as we have been falsely accused of many things. You should be fine with this, as you have made it very clear in your last email that you are not interested in continuing a dialogue with me or the Wicked Tinkers. I will no longer respond to your messages. This letter serves as documentation of a pattern of harassing activities that began on or before September 11th, 2022. This letter is a notice that you must cease and desist these activities against and toward Aaron Shaw, C.J. Henderson, Kurt Eberhardt, Turk, Tiki King, and Maggie Monroe, including but not limited to emails, hard copy letters, phone calls, any and all social media contact or posts, and personal contact. Your actions are unwanted and unwelcome and have become unbearable to us. Your actions infringe upon our right to remain free of harassment. As a result of your behavior, we have suffered in the following ways: substantial harm to personal character, emotional distress, sexual harassment. This letter will serve as your legal notice to cease and desist all further actions described above. You are hereby instructed to comply with this letter within 3 days of reading the message. So, that was it.
Yeah. It's pretty simple. We don't want you to contact us anymore. And it should be easy for her because she says over and over again she's not going to contact us
She's done,
anymore.
and she hates us, and she hates Aaron, and
Yeah.
goodbye.
For now.
Yeah. So, the next email. So, bye for now was definitely bye for now only, because an hour later, Maggie received the following email.
Maggie, I have to be honest and admit something to you. I was diagnosed several years ago, and it is something I struggle with every day. I struggle with the proper term is mania. I've been dealing with it since early October, and that is why I was freaking out concerning Aaron and CJ going to Utah for the festival in Utah. While Aaron was on stage, and he said he lives in California and CJ lives in Utah, then later after their set, I overheard Aaron say happy birthday to someone over to my right. It is called overstimulation in the brain. This all happened just after dancing while in McMinnville, Oregon. I am going to do S1 research on this as I have periodically. The reason I am saying this because I am going through it now. It's like a race car going 200 meters. I need to study up on it too. I do need to set time for breathing exercises, meditation, and simple yoga exercises. I'm going to email this to you, then print it and keep a daily log of my symptoms. Other symptoms are can't focus. As an example, if I read a lot of words like you see on S1 website like geography, my brain shut off. Artwork is my strength and dancing. Health-wise for life, I just look in the book and has a ton of stuff that is great. After I email this to you, I am going to find all of my papers from previous research I have done. Yes, I am on medication for it. Anyways, I just wanted to let you know why I seem a bit erratic. You know that woman Simone Biles, I think her last name is anyways? She's in gymnastics and she has won many Olympic gold medals. She BS ADHD. And it's hard to stay focused because ADHD brains work differently than, say, a normal brain. I sometimes get frustrated when I do some of my physical therapy. So I just wanted to give you a head up on my medical condition so you can get to know me better.
So, from I hate you, I want nothing to do with you, I'm done, I'm out of here, bye, to let's get to know each other. Let me tell you my medical history, and
Let me tell you some very, very important private things about myself.
let's share some personal information here. I'm sorry, I'm not laughing at it. It just is.
It's absurd.
I mean, it does explain some of it, but also it doesn't. It far from explains all of it.
There are a lot of people who have those same conditions that do not do what she's doing. But I am glad that she said that stuff because at least we know that she's taking some kind of medication, so that means that she's seeing some sort of psychiatric person, which is good to know because this is the first time that she's mentioned anything like that, so we didn't know. We were hoping that she had some sort of a therapist.
Yeah, we were hoping that she was going to get the help that she needs.
It is not something I talk about because it is a reminder of feeling awkward and not normal. I struggle with it and unfortunately there is no cure. I had another medical condition, but I will talk about that another time. Take care, Kris.
It's unfortunate, and we definitely empathize, but it is not an excuse to take out your nuttiness on other people.
It seems like she kind of is using it as a type of explanation or excuse where at the beginning she says, this is why I've been so erratic, because I have these conditions. That's fine and that's good to know. It's still not okay to behave that way regardless of your diagnosis.
It did offer us a glimpse into possibly what is fueling the thought process, but it is not an excuse to say, well, it's okay, we'll let her do whatever she's going to do because she has these conditions. It's a reason, it is not a pass.
And she also says that there's another condition that she has that she doesn't say what it is.
Such thing as we are never looking to punish her for having a problem. The reason that we're pursuing legal avenues is only because there is no other way to go. If something were to happen, we need to be protecting ourselves. We're not trying to punish her, however, we can't let this happen. So, once again, a little later in the day, another email.
Maggie, I am not going to file charges or anything against you. I am going to shred those papers too. I am just exhausted and have so much going on right now. I just feel so bombarded with these allegations. It is so much for me to handle and process. I am not eating or sleeping and all this. You say things that just come across as distorted, like about the tires of a car.
Well, she said you say things, but the tires thing, the only time she mentioned the tires was saying that we left tires at the end of her driveway as some sort of a sign. But now she's attributing that you saying about the tires.
Well, because I mentioned it in one of my emails to her, one of the long emails to her. And so she thinks that somehow, because her place is bugged, that I know that, because she doesn't remember saying it to me. So it's like we're spying on her. And she is saying that, it doesn't make any sense and it's distorted in her mind. Another thing she's talking about here is the allegations. And what she's talking about is the sexual harassment allegations that we made up because she doesn't believe that she did anything wrong. She was just barely flirting, is what she thinks happened. And if you watched the episode where we read the first email from Kris, you will know that it's more than just a little bit of flirting.
So many details of it. I'm on overload and I do need to get some rest, that is all. As I said, I am not going to file charges against you. I'm going to rid of those papers by shredding them. I am going to shred all of those hard copies and delete files ASAP. I just need to get so much rest and treat you so much better, and I will respond in a rational manner. We both don't need this rest. I do respect you, and I need to show that to you, Maggie, Aaron, too. There is way too much going here, and I am on overload. After I get some rest, I can respond more calmer. I do have something to admit to you as well, but later.
I am starving. I hardly ate anything, and that make very grouchy. You do not that one, no way. I will get something to eat and shred everything, so don't you worry about that.
This will make you and I happy. We can start a clean slate, a new start, besides having all those papers were wearing me way, way down. One more thing to ease your mind. I really do not think this place is bugged. I am by myself a lot, and my imagination goes crazy and way, way out there. Talk to you soon. Take care, Kris.
Good to know she's not going to press charges against us.
But in this one email, she talks about how the tires, how I somehow know about the tires, but then she says at the end she doesn't think her place is bugged. She thinks she was just having an emotional problem at the time.
It's one of those, what we talk about, those sort of moments of, like, she almost breaks the surface of clarity before diving back in again. So once again, all this hard copy says shredding. She's going to shred everything. She's going to shred it all and delete it all. She talks about this all the time. She has this massive hard copy files of the website and changes to the website and things off of our Facebook pages and things off our personal websites. And it's interesting in this digital age. I mean, yeah, I still have some hard copy things around, but the printing it out and putting it into the files and then talking about shredding the files as though that's going to.
So she says it to me as if she's trying to make nice, saying, "Oh, okay, I'm not going to file charges against you. I'm going to shred all of these things," as if shredding all of the papers is going to just erase it. And as if it never happened, because she won't have hard copies of it anymore.
Yeah, and she's actually mentioned that in other emails where she'll say, "I'm just going to shred your emails." Why do we care? We sent the emails, first of all. Yeah, it is interesting though how she feels like destroying the tangible destroys the emotion. It's an interesting thing. So this next email, we had a 2-week respite.
December 7th, 2022, important. Do not contact Maggie. Aaron, I am at the point of having to go see my doctor, and I am so serious about this.
I am mentally and physically being affected by all this.
My head is buzzing and my nerves are shot. I'm very stressed out. This is taking a serious toll on my well-being.
My appetite has gone downhill drastically and I can't think straight.
You have put me through hell and I can't cope any longer. I have already went through a very difficult time with a life-threatening problem with my liver and gallbladder. I can't drink any alcohol, but the way I feel now, I could very well end up in the emergency room again with through-the-roof dangerously high liver enzymes. So if you want to say goodbye while looking at my lifeless body in a coffin, and if that happens, guess what? All your efforts to get me in your life will be a waste of your time. I know you worked your way to get me into your life. So please, if you don't really truly care for me, then continue to cut me off. Go ahead, you tell me what your decision is before it is too late for a second chance. If you walk away, I could die. Do not do this to me any longer. Go right ahead. Contact Maggie with your bogus, fabricated sexual harassment and emotion stress and whatever else shit you want to pull. Do you love me or not? We both lose out on something special. I am literally feeling sick right now. I see the Rant CD is temporarily out of stock again. You know I want that CD badly, but I also know you are waving something over me like a carrot over a rabbit. Then my dog Kaya goes after it, like a very hungry wolf that has an insatiable appetite going after its prey. You are the wolf predator, and I am your prey. I do know you want something of me in exchange for the Rant CD, don't you? I do know you are not stupid, but more clever than I could have imagined.
There's a lot in there. Once again, she talks about Aaron. He has not contacted her. He has not sent her anything. At this point, once again, it was months before. They had a few sentences maybe, but this sort of illustrates, again, the Aaron in her head that is doing these things to get her into his life. And, he better respond because otherwise she's going to die. And manipulations there threatening that, it's his fault. If he doesn't love her, he'll be sorry,
He'll be sorry when she ends up in a coffin and he won't be able to get her into his life.
It's amusing to me the story that her mind suddenly wove of that Aaron was tempting her, like holding a carrot over a rabbit, but then her dog goes after the rabbit because he's hungry, and I was going...
Like a wolf.
Like a wolf.
Just like Aaron is a wolf
Right.
chasing her.
But I was thinking, how does the dog... I mean, it's just that she's like, well, yeah, you're dangling over the rabbit, and my dog chases rabbits.
And I wonder if she made that up on the spot as she was typing it, or if she already had thought of that.
It's hard to say.
I know. I know. It's one of those things I wish I knew about this.
Yeah.
You are very intelligent, and I strongly feel there are some waves of cascading changes about to happen. I strongly feel you will not stop for nothing, too. Have me in your life totally. Yes, you set the trap, and my foot is in that snare. Yes, I took a great big gulp and got hooked like a fluke. I also feel CJ is involved in this too. As I have said this before and again, I know you're in charge and I will listen to you as I do. Not want anything on social media concerning me, okay? I am scared of what all is involved in your plans, but I do know you are keeping a watchful eye on me like a hawk and watching my every move and hear everything I say. You make me so nervous I can't shut up. I do know you are serious about me, and I'm certainly serious about you.
A few minutes ago, in a previous email, just a minute ago, she said, my place is not bugged. I don't believe my place is bugged anymore. And now here she's saying again that Aaron is watching her like a hawk and he can hear everything that happens and basically implying that her place is bugged. So it's just an example of her bouncing back and forth from saying one thing to the exact opposite of it.
Right, and also that she mentioned us following her on social media, which at the time we had no idea that she had any social media presence whatsoever.
We did try to look her up to see if she had something on Facebook or Instagram.
Yeah, we wanted to see if she was following us, if she was
saying things about this, expressing her delusion in her social media posts. We couldn't find her anywhere.
Shut up, I do know you are serious about me, and I'm certainly serious about you. By the way, there is no way you are married, or you would not put me through hell.
since I first saw you in Kelso, where you first set the trap, and you with CJ batted me, and I fell in so quickly. I see you as the best thing that came into my life. You are the mastermind in all this, and I fell for it 100%.
Once again, this delusion, is each time it becomes more and more involved in these details in the setting, and now it's that they worked all this time to set a trap for her.
Right, it's no longer just a simple, I'm telling you where I live because I like you. Now she's saying they set a trap for her. Like they ensnared her on purpose just to ignore her, I guess.
Yeah, I mean, you know, we've talked about this before. It is not unusual to say a guy goes to a concert, goes to a show or a concert, sees a person perform, and is like, oh, and becomes infatuated with them. So that part, it's like, sure, you know. But once again, it's gone from simply, I saw you and I liked you a lot, to I saw you and I liked you a lot and you love me, and in fact you planned this whole thing out in advance and set a trap, you know.
And you're stalking me.
Like I said, the depth of it is mind-boggling.
Congratulations is in order. No more beating around the bush or walloping the cat. I will wait for your response. If you want me to go see my doctor or emergency room due to my health issues, go talk to Maggie. I do need to apologize to her. She played her part very well. She scared the shit out of me. Big time. We do need to talk about you doing a love song for me. You and your ex-wife Lisa music does not cut it. Would you consider us being at Enumclaw where we first met? You are so very special to me, Aaron, and always have. I just feel I could cry with tears of joy because we both Scottish, but at least I'm not married to one yet. We will take that slow because I don't just give my hand in marriage to just anyone as I did this time. Jay do want to work things out, but it is you who needs to reach out to me, and I will not allow any woman come between us.
Once again, no input from Aaron, you know, from behind the scenes by ignoring her and by telling Maggie to tell her that he's married.
Right, and she refers to Aaron's wife as his ex-wife in this one for the first time, I think. She does mention here the CD. There's a song, Aaron and Lisa. So that song was written by one of their friends, and it's on the Hammered CD. She's mentioning that because she's saying that Aaron needs to do a love song for her and replace it onto that CD. Take Aaron and Lisa off of it and put the new love song about her onto the CD. That's what she's getting at here.
Yeah, a little presumptuous, I would say.
Yeah.
In the marriage plans before they've actually met.
No other man will come between us. I do not know if CJ is part of all this like I feel he was in when I saw you both sitting together in McMinnville, Oregon in black shits. And I was dressed in red. That was such a special day for me, thanks to you. You made me feel special. And I am still very curious to know what you are up to, as I did ask you that just before I left, and you just shrugged your shoulders, putting your hands up in air. I left there, as I do remember thinking I am in love with you. I am the one who ruined my own birthday, not you. And I am so sorry for getting so angry with you, but you see, I don't like to be intentionally, purposely ignored. I will not reach out to you again, and you, Aaron, and you will have to deal with the consequences of your choices you make.
So interesting there that she talks about that they're wearing black shirts, and she was wearing red. She's also mentioned the red bagpipes were a sign. So them wearing black shirts and her wearing red was a sign. Him using red bagpipes was a sign. I believe at some point she mentions him wearing red shoes, which are a sign. Everything
is a sign.
Well, everything is a sign, but there is.
She's not really saying it, but that's what's happening. All of these things are turning into secret messages from Aaron. Him putting his hands up,
right,
shrugging his shoulders.
Which that one evolves over time as well.
And It's probable that she might have said something to him. He probably didn't even hear. In fact, he might have been shorting to some completely different thing that had nothing to do with her at all. And she took it as a personal thing.
Everything is a sign, but also as we go down this rabbit hole with her, we'll find that they're not just signs, but in some cases, everyone knows what that means. She mentions it was like, well, he did this and you know what that means. When it's some innocuous thing that has nothing to do with anything. I've said before, everyone will see something like, you walk past the lottery sign and the winning or the amount is your birthday. And it's like, ooh, that's a sign, I should play, that sort of thing. Sure. You're not really going, it's a sign. Everybody sees signs in all sorts of different things, but they don't, it's not real like it is for her.
Yeah, and that's the thing. She really believes this is happening. She's not intentionally doing stuff that she knows is harmful to anyone. She's not stalking on purpose. It's a mental condition. The reason people do stuff like this is because they can't control it.
They believe it.
This specific condition, erotomania, they completely believe this is going on.
Mm-hmm. And they're able to justify it to themselves. They're able to, that's part of it, is the signs. It's not that she's in love there. The universe is telling her that Aaron is in love with her. And that's the thing, is because they do believe it. That it's not, there is no coming to your senses. There is no talking her out of it. There's no way to tell her Aaron is married, because no matter what we tell her, she won't believe it. So I know it was a lot today. That was a whole lot of stuff. But trust me, there's a whole lot more. So you want to stay tuned. And don't forget to like and subscribe and share. Tell your friends. Tell your enemies.
Thanks for watching.
Thanks for watching.